Alright, Travis, this is just a little kind of a quick tip here on how to tighten up that seal and a few other things here. First off, let me dig this out. This is how I held this in the vise to get this nut loose, is I made this bracket here, and this bracket then would fit inside those screw holes, and I could fasten this part here into the vise, being able to get down to that nut and hold everything to pull it off. That's just a tip that I wanted to show you. Obviously I got it tight. I bent the hell out of that thing when I tightened it back up, so that nut on there is tight. Anyway, the other thing I wanted to show you too is if this thing starts to leak on you in the future, you know, just sitting in the parking lot or something like that, and that thing starts to drip grease out of it again, what I want you to do, this part here is going to be on top. So, you know, this is sitting on top here. You pull this pin out, and now that it's painted, it's hard to tell or show you here the two different pieces here. They don't stand out as well. But you got this piece here. This is what adjusts your bearing. This one over here adjusts your grease seal. So pull this thing out, flip it over, you know, just take it like this here, flip it upside down, stick it back in, and when you stick it back in, just slide your pin through there. This back part here will hold this lower notch, or the notch on this lower part here that holds or that tightens up your bearing. Then you can take, it's now this there's a notch on that piece that's no longer fitting into the, or this, you know, this piece here's got a little extension that fits into the notch on the back piece. Well, it's no longer fitting into that back piece, so you can take a punch now and set it in here and start driving this around till you get to the next slot over here, and then you can flip it back upside down again, stick it back in here, and it'll hold it. That's just a tip here about how to tighten that grease seal if it ever starts to leak on you, and that way you're not over tightening your bearing. If you flip it upside down and you stick it back in here, that way this stays in place. You know, you don't over tighten your bearing, you don't loosen it up, but you can tighten up your seal against this piece here. So anyway, thought I'd let you know about that, so that you know, just in case it ever happens in the future where it starts to drip, you can tighten that seal back up. Bye.